Students, we have started with the last kind of business organization, that is joint stock company. Till now we have completed with the features of joint stock company. Now we're going to start with merits of joint stock company. Now the first merit, as you can see, is your limited liability. This is one of the major merit of joint stock company, in which the liability of all the shareholders is limited to the amount which they have invested into the shares. That means their personal assets are not liable to pay off the debts of the company. Coming to the second one, that is transfer of shares. Another merit is all the shareholders in the joint stock company can freely sell or transfer their shares to another person without the prior permission of board of directors. Third merit, perpetual succession. Now, perpetual succession means the members may come or go, but it does not affect the existence of the company. So, this becomes also the merit of joint stock company. Why? Because the existence of company is not affected by the entry or exit of the shareholders. Coming to the next merit, that is scope for growth. As we know, generally companies are being running on a large scale. At that time, there is always a provision, or we can say scope, for large amount of funds. Whenever we are in requirement of the funds, we can easily issue the shares to the shareholders and we can accumulate funds. That is why there is always a growth of expansion and scope of expansion and growth in that of joint stock company. Last one, professional management. Now, these companies are working on a large scale, so their turnover and profit is also on a large scale. At that time, they are in a position to just provide good packages and salaries to the professionals. In that case, they generally hire the expertise and professionals to manage their things. That is why professional management is being enjoyed by the companies. Okay, sometimes you've also listened that in companies several MBAs are working, chartered accountants are working, company secretaries are working. Now companies are in a position to provide them with the good packages because they are having a huge profits. That is why companies are being professionally managed by all these professional persons. So we have completed with that of merits. Now we're going to come for the demerits. First one, formation. Now, as per the Companies Act 2013, several legal formalities have to be complied with in order to bring company into the existence. We have to file out several documents to registrar of companies, getting the approval upon that. So there are several legal formalities which we have to just fulfill with in order to bring our company into the existence. Second demerit is lack of secrecy. Now, as per the Companies Act 2013, several information is required to be fulfilled to the ROC also. At the same time, annual report is also being issued among the government to the general public what actually the company is doing. This all lead to that of lack of confidential information to remain with that of company, and it is all disclosed among the general public. So lack of secrecy is also one of the major demerit of joint stock companies. Next one, delay in decision making. Now, here companies are managed democratically. All the shareholders are just being involved while taking any of the decision of the company. All the major decisions are required to be taken by just calling up of the meetings, by taking the opinions, by requiring the approval of the proposals by the shareholders. All these requires a time, and that is why there is a delay in decision making in case of joint stock company. Next one, oligarchic management. Now, what do you mean by oligarchic management? There is a separation of ownership with that of management. How there is a separation of ownership with the management? In company, the real owners are the shareholders, while the company is being managed by the board of directors. So sometimes board of directors have a power to take the decisions in their personal interest, just ignoring the overall objective of the company. So oligarchic management is also one of the biggest limitation of the company. इस कंपनी को ओन कौन करता है? शेयर होल्डर्स. पैसे कौन लगाते हैं? शेयर होल्डर्स। लेकिन मैनेज कौन करता है? बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स। तो कभी कभी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ऐसे डिसीजन ले लेते हैं जो उनके पर्सनली उन्हें बेनिफिट कर जाते हैं लेकिन ओवरऑल कंपनी के लिए अच्छे नहीं होते हैं, एंड दिस इज नोन एज योर ओलिगार्किक मैनेजमेंट. Coming to the next one, that is conflict of interest. We know there are several parties which are involved in that of the companies: shareholders, stakeholders, creditors, employees, customers, who all are the stakeholders who is having any sort of direct or indirect interest in the company. So these all are known as the stakeholders. So several parties are involved in that of the companies. Okay, now everyone is having their own purpose. How? That employees want good salary, shareholders want good return on the shares, we can make customer want good quality products. So if these demands are not being fulfilled of each and every party who is coming as a stakeholder, will result in that of clashes and conflict among the company. That is why chances of conflict of interest is there. Oligarchic management means separation of ownership with that of the management, which sometimes results in that of taking up of the decision in their own personal interest. So here we have completed with all the demerits of the joint stock company also. Thank you.